Ethel Merman.
She loved gossip. She wanted to know, who was sleeping with who in the company. That was always very important to her.
And would people tell her?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Hey, everyone. I'm so honored, and I'm almost emotional to be welcoming living legend June Squibb to the Playbill Studio today to get ready. Hi, June.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Glad to be here.
Good. I'm so glad to have you. I love beauty. I'm a little makeup nut. And so to be in the presence of someone who's witnessed almost a century of beauty is beyond. So I'm so thrilled. Thank you so much for taking the time today.
Well, thank you for asking me.
Of course.
This is fun.
I am a slow makeup artist, so I'm going to dive in. Feel free to start doing your makeup as we chat.
Too.
Yeah, you'll start too. Perfect. What are you using today?
Selena Gomez's Rare Beauty. They got it for me for the show, but I use it at home too. It's my makeup, my foundation.
I've heard great things. I've heard
It's
really
wonderful.
great things.
I love it. I've used it quite a while now, 2 years.
Wow. Well, your skin is gorgeous.
It's good still, isn't it? It's funny,
Yes.
yeah. And I do very little to it. When we're in LA, we do massages. Not massages, facials.
Facials, yeah.
When we have time in LA, we have one place we go to. I take care of it in that respect. It's really just soap and water, though.
Soap and water.
Soap and water.
The skincare industry is shaking. that is amazing.
This face has had so much makeup on it that the industry should be thankful I'm still going. Oh.
Yeah, June, okay. What are some early memories that you have of feeling beautiful?
Oh, gosh, I think being on stage, I always felt beautiful. I think, I started very young. I started at the Cleveland Playhouse, basically. And I had done, work before that at where I grew up and in schools and things. But basically, the Playhouse was the first. And I didn't, then we did do our own makeup. It was all stage work. And we did our own makeup. And I got used to the face. Mm-hmm. But it was like, I always felt sort of pretty out on the stage. I felt I was ready for it always. And it was just, very comfortable for me. Mm-hmm. And I certainly first became aware of makeup there with that.
What are some tips and tricks or early beauty hacks that you learned starting at such a young age in the theater?
I think sleep. I really do.
Okay.
That, even when you're young, if you take a little more time with the sleeping, you're better off. I didn't always do that either. But I think that does help. And I think it's probably longevity, too. It helps you, just to be around longer.
Are you a night owl, June?
I used to be. I'm not so much anymore, but I used to be. I can remember when I did early shows here in New York, we went out to the theater bars every night. I mean, that was just what you did.
Where would you go? What were some of your spots?
There was one called the Theater Bar, I remember, on 40-something. I don't know. I doubt that it's still here. There were 2 or 3. The Barrymores was another one that this was in the 50s, 60s, 70s, so a long time ago.
What was New York like in the 50s, 60s, and 70s?
It was great. I loved it. I always say that the minute I hit New York, I breathed easier than I'd ever breathed in my entire life. Oh. It was just perfect for me. I really sort of thrived here, even, with my stage work. So I have nothing negative to say about the early years here.
I heard that you were part of a comedy duo that used to do a gorilla suit bit? pre-cabaret? I have
Pre-cabaret.
to hear this story.
Barry Dennett, and he was an actor here in New York, and we had worked together, and we started doing a nightclub act together, because I was doing a lot of cabaret then, a lot of review work and cabaret work. And we wrote everything, he and I did. And we wrote this thing, and it was a song. And he sang about how much he loved his girlfriend. And I was the girlfriend in a beautiful blue sort of teeny promise dress, you know. And all I did was just twist, dance. Didn't move, hardly anything, just twisted. And he sang about how much he loved me. Well, I had a gorilla head on. That was a big hit.
So, why did the good folks at Cabaret steal that from you? And why aren't you credited?
Well, I don't think they stole it. I don't know how many people saw ours, to be honest with you. We did some TV. It was local New York TV, so I don't really know, you know, how much they ever even knew it was happening. I doubt it. I never asked John about that. I should.
You should. You should, because John Kander visited you at Marjorie Prime.
Show. Yeah.
Wow. What was that? What was your getting to see him and speak with him like? And what did he think of the show?
He liked the show a lot. He loved it, in fact. He kept saying, "You guys don't know what you're doing. Because you're doing something so special and so wonderful." He said, "You don't know that you're doing this even." You know, which I thought was a wonderful sort of thing to say. I love it. He's such a great guy.
In Marjorie Prime, the tone of the show, I've seen it, I loved it, it's great, go see it, is, though it deals with heavier topics, the tone of the show is not heavy, is not morbid. There's a catharsis to it. Can you speak a little bit about just what it feels like to be part of Marjorie's journey?
Oh, look what I did.
Oh.
Do we have a Kleenex here?
We certainly do, ma'am.
Yeah, I feel very strongly that even the most dramatic dramas, whatever, I don't know what the words are for them, or any good script has humor in it, I feel. So when I'm reading scripts, that's one thing that I look for, is if the writer, the author, has a sense of humor and is using it in his storytelling. Because I think we do in our lives. I think we laugh at things. So it's important to me that if I'm going to do a script, I like to feel that it's real, that it's life. And so that is important to me, to see that the author, and I think that Jordan has done that. I mean, I think that I think he's looking at it, you know, the whole thing from the standpoint of what do we humans do with these? How do we use them? How are they to our advantage and how are they negative? You know, we have to know these things. And I think that's what he's trying to say. But I think he also is saying it's life. These people, you know, they laugh at each other. They, you know, and the primes can say something pretty silly, you know, that doesn't make much sense. I just think he's looking at it as reality. This is what these people are going through and what they're doing.
Yeah, yeah. And is John Kander right? Do you know the magic that you're creating?
I don't think we do. I'm serious. I don't think any four of us, I don't think Cynthia, Danny, or Chris or I, either one have thought of it. All four of us are still working our butts off because we want to keep it up. And we also are looking, where is this? What am I learning tonight? What am I hearing tonight that I never heard before? And I think we're all like that.
Yeah.
I know I am, and I certainly think the other three are too. So I just think that we don't think about it in terms of that.
Is there a moment in the show recently that you heard or experienced a different way? Could you tell us a little bit about what that moment was?
There's a place when I'm talking to Walter Prime, And he says something about, like, we don't know that you'll be able to get better.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, and he talks about what's happening, kind of. But I say, I pack lightly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't take much with me. And I think that's my mind. What's occurred to me. She knows she has dementia. She knows she has something, happening to her mind. So I think that finally she in that moment, once it hit me, my God, she's talking about she's losing her mind.
Mm.
She's not packing it. She's not bringing it with her. I had never thought that before.
And isn't that the gift of theater?
It is, because you do it over and over and over again.
To get to hear things in a different way and discover new meanings and intentions in the lines as you play every night.
Right.
Yeah. What are some things, because you've acted in film and TV and on stage for an incredible 65 years ago was your Broadway debut.
I was 57, I think it was, or 58, something like that.
I didn't go to school for math, so someone in the comments below fact check me.
Yeah.
What are some things that you've come to appreciate about theater as a medium?
Well, I think just the immediacy of the audience, which, of course, I laughingly said that we were talking about this, and someone said something about, well, you don't have I said, well, if the crew's on your side, they might be listening, but you never know. But, just having that mass of people listening to you and interested in what you're saying, what you're doing, I mean, that's a gift. That really is a gift.
Yeah. It's a gift you're giving all those people in the audience, too,
yeah,
at the same time,
it's a
right?
mutual gift. I mean, I'm giving them something, and they're giving me something back. Yeah, and just, the fact of going into the theater every night. And with film, you basically are working with a lot of the same people, but the actors change.
Mm-hmm.
You'll do a scene or two with one actor, and then you don't see them again, So in this, I walk in every night, and Danny and Chris and Cynthia are all there.
And you get to learn from each other all over again. Speaking of your career beginnings, we left a little note, a little Easter egg, as they say, for you here with our Ethel Merman book.
Yeah.
Can you share some memories that you have being part of the original company of Gypsy. And getting to know Ethel?
She was a wonderful woman, and in fact, the company liked her, loved her. A lot of us liked her. Most of everybody. It was very positive being around her and having her as a star. She had a great sense of humor. She was like a housefrau. She loved gossip. She wanted to know, who was sleeping with who in the company. That was always very important to her.
And would people tell her?
Oh yeah, sure. If you knew. I mean, she really, but I will say this, she had a great respect for the audience. She really did. And, I think people sometimes look at her career because, it was this sort of straightforward sound that came out of her mouth. And she was that kind of actress. There was not a lot of going on. It was just blah, 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 pretty straight. And that's how she was as a person. So it was not like something she was putting on. This is what she knew, this is what she was. So it was just a very positive relationship, as far as I was concerned. I really enjoyed being with her. She told me dirty jokes on stage, actually.
On stage?
I would be waiting behind a scrim as Electra, and I had to do my lights. They needed the lights, and she was coming on after that. And she would sidle up behind me, joke, and then she'd tell me a dirty joke. And then she'd go on about her business and go on stage.
Do you remember any of the dirty jokes?
No,
Are you willing to
tell? If I
remembered
them, I would be willing to tell. I don't remember a single. My God, you realize how long ago that was?
But a good dirty joke would stick with me for years and years to come.
They were good, but not that good, I guess.
I love that we're in a June Squibb renaissance right now. The Squibbissance is what we call it.
Squibbissance.
In the office. You're living in it right now, and it's a beautiful time to be alive. And one of the pieces of press that I saw you do was your trip to the Criterion Closet.
Oh,
I'm a huge film bro at heart, and so I loved getting to hear you talk about some of your favorite films. If we were to take you into the Playbill vault, where you could have access to all of the Playbills from the history of Playbill, what are some Playbills from important shows that you would pull out and you would talk about?
The Entertainer with Laurence Olivier. That was amazing. Rhinoceros of Zero Mostel. I love Zero Mostel's work. And Fiddler on the Roof, of course. And I'll tell you, you know what I would love to see? I would love to see one on Danny Bernstein's Tevye.
Yes!
Fiddler on the Roof.
Yes.
That would be fun.
He is just phenomenal,
Oh,
Danny.
God, he is.
Yeah.
He's such a... We just laugh all the time, he and I do.
Dirty jokes?
Yeah, some. Some.
June, are you familiar with the concept of a Saturn return?
No.
It's an astrological concept that has to do with Saturn coming back into orbit in its planetary alignment at the time where you were born. And it happens every 29 years. So people in a typical lifespan have 3 of them in their late 20s, their late 50s, and in their late 80s. So you have experienced all 3 of your
Wow.
Saturn returns. You'll have your next one when you're 114.
Okay. I'll wait for that.
Yes.
I'll plan on that
But
one.
they're marked as periods of change and self-discovery. So if you think about your late 30s or your late 50s or your late 80s, can you think about what those sort of markers of change and self-discovery might have been in your life?
Well, the late 30s would have been at 40, I had my child.
Oh, wow.
And I think in the late 30s, I met his father, which was my second husband. We were together, and then we got married, and we had a baby. And that was something very new for me. Really new.
Yeah.
And but it was life-changing. It truly was.
Yeah.
And I see now what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because it was life-changing, I think, to have a child. The next one would be the late 50s?
Late 50s, yeah.
I don't know. I can't. I was still in New York and working.
Well, you're still in New York and working,
Working,
so that's
yeah.
a theme.
But I moved out to LA, but I was still living here at the time. Late 50s. And what was the other one?
Late 80s.
80, well. Yes, that was Nebraska. I think I was 85, 86,
Wow.
something like that.
Yeah.
And it just hasn't stopped.
The beginning of the Squibbissance.
Yeah.
Was your late 80s.
It really was. Yes, it was.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I've also heard you say, I think you shared with Amy Poehler that you feel 35. That's the age that you
I've
feel.
always said that. No matter, I think even when I was 2, I said I'm 35. I don't know why. 35 just is a great age to me. And I do think it's because my mother was very attractive at 35.
Yeah.
And I think that somehow has, filtered into my thought about that age.
Yeah. I'm 32. So you think in 3 years I get to look forward to being more attractive?
Well, I don't know about that. I touched the nerve there, didn't I?
No, never. Fun fact that I have to share with you. So, in addition to being 3 of the most beautiful women to have ever lived, me and you and Elizabeth Taylor have something in common.
What?
We're all Jewish converts.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I knew Elizabeth and I were. I didn't realize you were.
Yes, all of us have that in common, which I think is
My
kind of cool.
God.
I don't have a question about that. I just thought that it was cool.
Wild.
I'm a huge Elizabeth Taylor fan.
Ah.
Talk about beauty.
Yeah, she was gorgeous.
Yeah.
I never saw her.
No.
Oh, I did see her. Her husband, Burton, was doing, I think it was Hamlet on Broadway.
I bet
And
it was.
she used to be there every night. And I saw it, and I think we saw her outside.
Do you remember what she was wearing?
Oh.
That's okay. This was so lovely, June. Really, I'm a huge fan. So this means a lot to me, and I've had
both
such
converts. I can't.
both
believe
converts.
that.
I
That's
know,
amazing.
sisters in a way, which is really great. I know. So I want to wish you a wonderful performance this evening.
Thank you.
And a wonderful rest of your run. Before we let you go, would you please do me the honor of signing a fresh
Sure.
Getting Ready mirror?
Mirror.
You can sort of bless all my future beats.
Playbill, these are funny.
Aren't they
These are
funny?
Wonderful.
Yeah, we've exceeded our space on our other mirror. Thank you. And then if you don't mind, I'll just give you a subscription mag. You were our cover star for December. Subscribers know. And why not subscribe? And then our Playbill for Marjorie Prime, we
Great.
take these to Broadway free and stuff like that. Fans love it. So if you wouldn't mind giving me a signature.
On both of them?
If you could, please.
Sure.
Thank you. What a lovely signature.
You can read it.
I can read it.
After my name, though, it all gets pretty bad.
All right. Thank you, June.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you. It's been fun.
Yeah. All right. Check out Marjorie Prime. It is a second stage production at the Hayes on Broadway for the next couple of weeks. You will be very sad to have missed it. You'll be very sad to have missed June. So buy a ticket. See you there.